When you want a home improvement, you want to make sure you're working with somebody who's been around for a long time. How about 30 years? Stay tuned for this one, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the Your Little Castle show, where I have the distinct privilege of meeting some of the best leaders in our community. People who have been doing this for a long time, and companies that have been around for a long time as well. So it's fun to talk to the experts that are actually making it happen. We've got the general manager of Jones Home Improvement in the building here today, and Roger Bear has been doing this for a while, and how long have you been with Jones now?
Year and a half.
Year and a half. How long in the industry?
About 10 years.
10 years doing this. And boy, I'm going to show you some beautiful work they've got up on our TV walls. We've got these beautiful walls that can show off some great work. But before we get into that, let's talk about our sponsors, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle. And given as long as Jones has been in business, your little castle might have been upgraded by Jones Home Improvement, originally Jones Construction, and not too long ago changed the name and make it a little more easy
That is correct.
to understand what they're doing here. So with that, we're going to put up on all of our TV walls. There we got it, up there on the walls for everybody to see. Well, Roger, welcome to the Your Little Castle show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, we're Cardinal fans too. That makes for good around here. And your wife loves the Cardinals, and so
Die-hard fan. She bleeds red, Cardinal red. So
there you go. Cool. Well, what is it that got you into the industry 10 years ago?
Well, for me, it was I used to have a very laborious, back-breaking job, and I decided, you know what, I don't like to break my back anymore. So I decided I got into the interior side of things, so moved into the office more, which started from, on my end, designing kitchens and baths and decks with other companies, moving my way, and other companies just saw interest in me, and I moved from one company to another as a designer. And then about almost 2 years ago, Kelly Jones reached out to me as a potential candidate to become his GM, and we kind of, met a few times and talked, and it wasn't the right time for me at that time. And just lo and behold, out of nowhere, he calls me. He texts me on my birthday 2 years ago, and said, "Hey, I know you've said no to me. I know you said no, but," he goes, "I know you, I want you to lead my company." And so we met up one more time, and it happens. I started on January 4th. So. A year and a half ago. So it's been a great transition and a great company to move to.
Yeah, so if you look at the reputation they've got, the reviews they've got, we're going to share a little bit of that because it's obviously something that you want to study about any business before you hire them. What do you think that has led to your success and for Jones Home Improvement success over these 30 years?
I think listening to the customer. There are a lot of companies out there to give you what they want to give you. And, as a premier home builder, we listen to our customer, and, as the internet has evolved and people go to Pinterest and they go to Google and stuff like that, and there are some great and wonderful ideas on there. It's our job to listen to their budget, listen to reality, and kind of circle them back around to what they can afford so they're happy and not disappointed with the final product. Because a lot of times you can see things on the internet and go, well, that's not what I want. Well, champagne dream, beer budget. Well, I mean, we gotta work there. So,
yeah, that's key. I mean, I'm gonna say write that one down. I've got the pencil here. People may wonder what this is, but this is a very large pencil. I found this at our gas station around the corner from where the cowboy lives. And take note, write that down, because how often is it the case they just say, we know what we're doing, let us do what we do, we're just going to get it done and get on to the next job, but they don't want to listen to what the customer actually wants, and you end up with somebody who's not very happy. That's where you see poor reviews or companies that don't make it, because why would you stick? How would you expect to have success if you're not listening? That seems like it's common sense, but what do you think it is that companies? Why do a lot of businesses Just no, we're not going to listen. We've got our plan.
It comes down to dollars and cents sometimes. There are some companies that are able to buy material in bulk and get a cheap price and give you a nice looking product, but not a great looking product. And so I think on our end, trying to set the tone of and reality for the customers up front is key. That we're going to give you a premium product. Now there's going to be bumps along the way. There's going to be product that comes that we order and it comes in damaged. I've got that happening with a few jobs right now where we open up cabinet boxes and the cabinets are damaged. And so it's how you take care of the customer and you reassure them that, hey, we're going to get you taken care of. I got new cabinets on order. When people thought, well, I'm just going to, my job's going to be delayed 6 weeks, 7 weeks. No. Roger Bear gets it done in 2 weeks. You get replacement cabinets. I get it done as fast as I can. So it's all how you take care of your customer and give them that, hey, things are going to happen. It's how we stand up and take care of our customers. Bumps are going to happen in construction. If somebody tells you that the job is flawless and no screw-ups happen, they haven't been doing it long enough. So
That's right. We've never had a problem. We've never had any.
Never opened up a box of tile and all the tile are broken. Even though when you look at the outside, it's a perfect box, but yeah, it's a fun job.
Yeah, well, that's what I like. This another quote that I've got from my dad. I think applies here. That is, it's not the error that causes you to lose the game. It's how you respond to the error. If it was a mistake, we all remember the 1985 World Series. The Cardinals, bad call at first place. It would have been overturned these days, but after that, they made 2 or 3 more mistakes, and you got to bounce back from anything. You got to stop the mistakes, focus on what you're doing, get it right, and take care of it.
Most definitely, it's how you take the ball over the line, and that's there are companies that just they give up or they just decide to do, and I would say half at the end of the day, but we really do try to go full out and see and make our customers happy. So.
Well, yeah, back to doing the quality work that people would expect, because if you're not going to do that, then you're not going to be in business very long. It's just kind of the way the world works. Tell me a little bit about your team. You've got a crew that you manage, a number of crews. How does it?
I've got 6 deck crews. I've got 3 interior crews. I've got working. I've got some siding crews. So I've got a lot of people at my disposal to take care of things. Some have different levels of, where they're at in their game. So I wouldn't put a crew that's not, they could build a roof, not on that crew. So it's one of those things, we try to put the right crew with the right job and the right family. And a lot of times it works out. There's some things, sometimes I miss the mark because, I don't see where, maybe the crew's not the best, but, I know how to fix the problem. So
you're overseeing, sounds like 8 or so crews?
About 10 crews, yeah.
10 crews, okay. But so a lot of siding, a lot of decks?
Mostly decks.
Mostly decks,
yeah.
okay. But almost all exterior?
Yes, we do a few bathroom jobs, occasional, like return customers want a basement. We'll do that, but we do windows, replacement windows, doors. We do a Provia window and door that's just phenomenal. And stuff like that. And so, there's not too much that we can't put on our platter to offer to the customers.
Yeah, it sounds like you literally could do anything.
Right.
If you need to
Correct.
If they needed foundation repair, would that be something you could do? How much work do you do there? And
so
everything up from there?
On the foundation issue, we do have people that we could recommend you to. That's just not in our wheelhouse. We know where our strengths are at. Foundations is not one of those things, but we do have some great concrete guys that we work with that we can certainly refer you over to on that. So
okay, but then everything else, it sounds like everything, from decks, stairs, windows. Correct. You said doors, roof,
gutters, soffit, fascia.
Got it all covered here, everybody. That's why they call themselves home improvement, to do it from top to bottom. What about your work here that you do? What really fuels your passion for doing this, and why you enjoy working with Jones here so much?
For me, it is seeing the customers just love what they've put their money into. As a consumer myself, I had a screen room put on from another company. Now I could have had my company do it. Paid a little extra to have my company do it, but I went to another, and we use this company as one of our sub vendors and stuff like that, and just watching them how they took care of me and stuff like that. I just love seeing customers happy at the end, and even when there's a problem, calming them down, saying, "Hey, this is a natural. Things happen. It's okay." I said, "I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to walk away and put your problem under and wait 2 weeks to handle it. I'm going to be right on top of it and take care of you." And so I just had one of my customers just give me a big hug and said, I can't believe this." She goes, "I was all worried and upset, and then now everything's all better." So it makes me feel good at night. So I just like helping people. So.
Yeah, I mean, as a general manager, you essentially become a problem solver at times,
Correct.
right? Because this is a major project. You're going to have all kinds of facets and angles that things come in from, and materials and management and putting all the pieces together. But with your experience, it's just fixing problems, making sure that people are happy.
It's just solving one problem and moving to the next. So if somebody asked me, what do I do for a living as a general manager? I said, well, I'm a babysitter for grown men, and I'm a part-time meteorologist. In the state of Missouri, that's the worst two jobs to have. So this morning we had rain, and so I've got guys, obviously people who are working outside aren't working today. So everything gets delayed, everything backs up. So it's just setting reasonable expectations for the customers as well. We contact all of our clients. Hey, if you won't look outside, we got rain for a while. We're probably not going to be working today. If we do, the guys are going to be there afternoon and see what they can do. So
there you go. Yeah, how important is it to be able to judge and manage the weather? How often is the weatherman completely wrong and you're still responding to what you got to do because you have materials out in the field and
right.
crews running around and making sure that the buildings are covered and the rain doesn't cause more work for you?
I have multiple weather apps, and everybody says, well, which one do you rely on? I said, my window. That's the best app I have right now. I just look outside and go, no clouds. So I mean, it's a fun gig. So I use all three local weather companies, plus AccuWeather, plus the Weather Channel, the weather. So I go through them all and to make sure that everybody's right, and we get lucky sometimes. So
well, I know these guys too. I see Kent and a few of the guys run around St. Louis, and they do the best. Predicting the weather stuff, and so we got to make sure and manage that. But you get to make sure and follow up to, because you're not just reporting the weather, you're actually responding to it.
Correct.
And then what's it like managing your crews that you've got then, and combined with, you said babysitter for adult men?
Babysitter for adult men.
Okay.
So as a general manager, there are guys that my guys, they don't want their tools ruined, and so I wouldn't expect them to go out there, set up their saws and stuff like that, and a thunderstorm hit and ruin their tools. I mean, I wouldn't want that as a worker, and so I have to be understanding of that and explain that to my customers and say, listen, I know that it's not raining at your location, or maybe it only rained for a little bit, but my guy's tools are expensive, and so if he sets up out there and they get ruined, then that's money that he's going to have to spend on replacement tools, and just really be honest with them. And most customers understand. They go, I get it. We're not going to. It's one day. It's not. It's going to slow us down just a day, but it's okay.
Right.
So.
Well said there. But yeah, there's some homeowners that need some babysitting periodically, and you have to make sure,
a little bit.
Make sure that and just give them some common sense perspective a little bit.
Well, everybody the first thing I always hear is, I'm spending X amount of dollars. And I'm like, okay, and your point is, I'm still going to say, if you're spending $100,000, you're still as important as the person who's spending $10,000, because maybe that person's spending that's $100,000 to them. So
right.
it's all money is irrelevant to me. It's on everybody is treated equally, so that way then I give you the best job possible. And so I mean, I have quite a few $100,000 contracts going on right now in any stage, and they'll call me up, well, where am I at? Well, you're in the same spot you were last week. The permit people have your projects. So I'm still got my hands tied.
Yes, all the process that goes through that, and helping people understand
Yep.
that. Quickly, here we're going to show off a little bit. When you get into studying a company, you want to check out their reviews. And so you can see up here, 4.6, 48 reviews. We're scrolling down here. You have to go quite a ways before you get anybody who gives you less than a 5.0, and of course you got a couple of people, I bet there's a good explanation. Every once in a while, I've had one, didn't even work with them, who knows what their real issue was, but everything else you got here, unbelievable. But after 18 years of washing, scraping, and sanding, then our calendar deck was decked every 2 years. It was time to replace it with a low maintenance I'll put this up here for everyone to see. You can read along with me. A low maintenance composite board aluminum railing of the other companies we received bids on. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Jones Home Improvements, Cattleville, Missouri, stood out among them. They were not the lowest bid nor the highest. Rob Workman, who represented their deck, impressed us with his knowledge and the craft, explaining in detail why they choose the materials they choose and such decorators, composite boards, and 2-inch black Westbury aluminum railing. And he goes on for quite a bit of an explanation there. How does it make you feel to have so many people saying and spending so much time to give you a review there?
Well, reviews are, they make or break you, and so we're not going to make everybody happy. There are times where customers are just not going to be. It doesn't matter if you give them the best product in the world. If they run into 1 or 2 problems and it's the end of the world, then so be it. And we try to take care of everybody the best we can. All small companies are like that. And I always tell people, when you look at the reviews and stuff like that, and there's, we're 4.6 or 4. There's a lot more to the company than just that number. And so look further than that. Talk to the people. Get to know the people. Interview the people, not the website. You'll get to know that sometimes that there are just customers out there that you're never going to make happy, no matter what you do, no matter how much you break your back, no matter how much you help them out in areas, they're just never going to be happy. And so interview the people, not the website. So it always makes me feel good when I see my customers call me up when we do a walkthrough at the end, and they go, well, we had a couple bumps and bruises along the way, but man, they didn't hurt so bad because you guys took real good care of us. So that always makes me feel good, and it's what makes the job, going home at night and going, that's just a good day today. So
there we go. We all enjoy what we get to do to put smiles on people's faces, and especially when you're talking about their home. With that, some fun in the community. Ed Wheatley was here talking about his new book. He was asked to write about the baseball gloves, history of Rawlings gloves, finest in the field. And then we got a little community piece, and then we'll be back here in just a minute. Stay tuned, everybody. Here we are, everybody. The Rawlings Westport Plaza, the big screen outside. Ozzie Smith was just here, signing autographs. Our buddy Ed Wheatley, who was just on the show. Here we go. There's Ed right there. Hey, Ed. There's Tracy, got his book. We're inside. This is where it all was happening just minutes ago. You can see here it is. There's Ozzie, got his picture right down here, you can see. And this is the Rawlings experience. We just took a bunch of pictures here, put a post up about it, but it's quite the establishment. And all the history of Rawlings sports, Rawlings gloves. They've got a batting cage up here. This is quite the establishment. If you're looking for anything to do with baseball, especially its finest in the field gloves. So check it out. There's your batting cage. And here's the whole layout. So we hope you check out Rawlings here. They have everything you can imagine you would ever need if you're interested in learning about baseball and want to get a baseball glove. Finest in the field, the Cardinal Cowboy. Stay tuned, everybody. It's Cardinal Cowboy. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. By now, we are on ABC 5 times a week. So many businesses are loving what we're doing to help them get their name out there. We'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you, and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. Takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Professional video on your website closes more sales by instantly building trust, clearly explaining complex products, and keeping visitors engaged longer, reducing bounce rate by 34%. It'll help you to gain that credibility, increase engagement, simplify complex tasks, lower your sales friction, and boost your rankings on the search engine. So this is all kind of a no-brainer. See how we've now had over 500 interviews and now almost 250 different business owners. Go to bigleagues.com. That's bigleagues.com. Go to bigleagues.com and get signed up. You can schedule right from there. So there you have it, everybody, and we get to have a lot of fun out in the community doing our fun. We're talking about the Cardinals and tarps off. If you guys have seen all that, they've got a whole section up there. They've got rules up there. Says, hey, it's a little more fun up here. We expect you to be a little bit more loud and cheering. And I talked to one of my usher's friends. They said, yeah, the rules are a little not quite as strict if you get somebody who says, I said, well, I see sometimes they'll start cursing, words you shouldn't say publicly, but in that crowd, and they go, well, yeah, they're not supposed to do that, but you're going to kick out 300 people?
Right, right.
So we say, knock it off, and anyway, lots of fun. But overall, the Cardinals and their season has gone great, and a lot of fun out there, and great excitement for the Cardinals in there. Somebody said, well, they're not winning as well as they were since the tarp guys have been doing their stuff. And I said, I looked up, I'm like, it's because like 4 of the games that they've lost were away, where the tarp guys were not at the games, obviously. But that's kind of goes. With that, let's do a quick cost analysis. There's a lot of people that offer this kind of work, and a brother-in-law who's got a hammer can go do this too. Why do you recommend somebody does this properly? Because they cut corners. Give me that cost analysis. Why people should spend the money necessary.
Well, you as a homeowner, you want to put your money right where it's the most important. And sometimes, first you want to look at your budget. What's your budget for the job? And be realistic with yourself, because a lot of people go, get online, look at Pinterest and whatnot, and go, ooh, I really like that. And it turns out it's not. You've got a $30,000 budget, and that's a $70,000 budget, and,
Okay.
and so you need to be honest with yourself on what your budget is from the start of the project, and in that way, then we can do our job by making sure you stay within your budget. We're going to give you options if you feel that you can exceed your budget, but we're going to keep you on a realistic level, so that way, then at the end of the line, when you're making payments or writing those checks, it doesn't seem so hard when you write those final checks to us. So people get buyer's remorse because they get outside of their budget and stuff like that. And so That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want you to feel like, obviously, in the sales side of it, people say, "Oh, I feel pressured." Well, you know, people, salesmen are salesmen. But I mean, it's your house. Either you want to beautify it or you don't, and there's a cost to it. Nothing's free anymore, so
Right.
the materials cost, so, and labor, so.
Yeah, well, there's so much you get to do to a house that you can improve the value of it too. Most
Correct.
times you add any of these kinds of amenities, you're making the value of your house go up at least as much as the work, if not, 20, 30, 50% more than what you put into it.
A deck is one of those areas that you will actually increase the value of your house by what you do to it. If you do a cedar deck, a wood deck, or things like that, not so much, because obviously most homeowners know that in a few years' time they're going to either have to update it or replace it. But if you use a composite decking product and aluminum rail, that is usable outdoor living space that'll stand true for 10, 15, 20 years, and you don't have to worry about anything. Hose it down, use a mild cleaner on it, and you're good to go. You don't have to stain it, do anything, just walk away. So that holds resale value, and real estate people know that when they're showing their customers. So it's a good investment to have in your house.
Make note on that one, everybody. See the improvements that you do. Definitely want to take advantage of, because you're going to add a whole lot of value to your home. Not just the fact that you get to spend the time with your family, but
Correct.
the value of the actual house itself. Why should somebody choose you, though? What do you think really separates you guys?
Well, we offer something more unique than anybody else. We have a wonderful product that is unique to us. It's called Art Deco. Art Deco is a trim product that goes on the decking. It's on the fascia. There's some pictures where we have a black aluminum fascia that is. Yep.
Is that it right
Yep,
there?
right down there, down the bottom. That no other product has. No other deck company can offer. We actually.
And where is it? This is down here at the bottom?
Down there around the bottom.
Okay.
So it trims it out and gives it a more finer finished look. And this is an older deck. We've actually upgraded and done a lot more research into making that product even better to today's standards. So this deck was done about 3 years ago. Our newer product which is more updated to more updated composites, is a lot more of a finer finished product.
Well, if you look there, what you've gotten, is there some of that?
Correct. Yep. The deck wrap right there, the post wraps, post bases, which are custom to us, the stair risers, that's all metal right there. Nobody else does that. That's something that is strictly
that
us.
looks beautiful, because normally you're looking up underneath a deck and you've got band boards that
Correct.
never look as high quality
Correct.
as you would like
Yep.
them to look, and not getting you.
Yep.
the
There's
quality.
underdecking underneath it. That's aluminum underdecking, which makes that whole area down there not only dry but usable for storage. If that was a finished patio down there, you could sit underneath there at night. Don't have to worry about the rain.
There you have it, everybody. We've gone through the first half hour. We've asked Roger to stick around for another half an hour.
That'd be great.
Watch that recording. The both of these will be on our YouTube channel for you to watch if you don't catch them when they air on ABC. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back for another show soon. Giddy up.